Did you know that there was a point when the leather found on things like books and shoes was from people? This is true. It's a phenomenon known as anthropodermic bibliography and describes the act of getting the skin of humans, fashioning it into some form of leather, and using that material to cover books and texts. The method of fashioning human skin into a book cover was pretty similar to the method of using actual leather. The only difference, of course, was that instead of getting skin from animals like cows, these authors decided to get human skin instead. Allegedly, the books were usually made from the skins of executed convicts and criminals. Again, they don't have a use for their skin, so I'm pretty sure one crazy person just thought at some point that they could use people's skins to wrap book. Not many books made of human skin are still in circulation today. However, just take a moment to imagine how many there could have been, as well as how people would react in the afterlife if they found out that their bodies had been used to wrap friggin' books. Number 12, the story of Minnie Dean. So personally, I have a general fear of babysitters and caregivers. It's not that I don't trust them, it's just that I tend to be skeptical of people who I've not known all my life. And after finding out the story of Minnie Dean, I've pretty much become even stauncher in my skepticism. Wilhelmina Minnie Dean was and remains the first and only woman to ever be legally hanged in New Zealand. In the mid-1800s, Minnie had been running a babysitting operation in her hometown of Winton, New Zealand. Minnie had been pretty successful initially. At some point, she could have anywhere between 3 and 9 kids in her care. However, considering the infant mortality rates at this period, it was quite inevitable that some of the children in Minnie's care would die. And when they started to die, questions were asked. In 1889, a 6-month-old baby in Minnie's care sadly died. 2 years later, another 6-week-old baby died. Authorities eventually launched investigations into these deaths as well as the conditions over at Minnie's home. The investigations found some pretty interesting things. For one, while the kids had been pretty much healthy, Minnie's home was assessed to have been inadequate to care for them. Investigators also found 3 more dead child bodies in Minnie's home. Even worse was the fact that Minnie had reportedly been looking for more children to join her daycare service and had even been taking out life insurance policies on several of the children. Other findings include the fact that Minnie had allegedly been drugged the children in her care and had been taking weird trips with them. Christchurch police eventually had enough to charge her, and she was eventually found guilty of murder. In August of 1895, Minnie was hanged. Minnie has continued to be a regular fixture in the New Zealand folklore to date. Some legends even claim that plants wouldn't grow on her grave, but in the world of nannies, she definitely got to be one of the most infamous names.